First up on BBC Two, more semi-witticisms from pseudo-raconteur Kelly Monteith.
Boy, these are strange-looking menus.
Yeah, they're all printed in oldie worldy English.
Oh, I see. All these S's look like F's, then.
What are you going to have?
Well, in that case, I'll start out with Foop of the Day. Then I'll have a little Dover foal with some sauté potatoes. How about you?
Well, I think I'll have the shrimp cocktail, followed by spaghetti with tomato sauce.
What are you going to have to drink?
Haven't the soggiest.
I'll forgive you.
What looks good to you?
Thank you.
I'm Kelly Monteith, and welcome to our second edition of Kelly Monteith's BBC Memories. Those are the opening credits for the second show. The first part was a cold opening that we did, and I got a lot of mileage out of that joke when the water's coming out of my mouth. I used to use it in my act, and I've probably done it 3 or 4 times. I think once on the Love Boat, and I did another Peter Marshall show. I did it there. So I got a lot of mileage out of that, but it always gets a laugh. That's what I love about it. Now, one of the, not complaints, but one of the observations about my show, Kelly Monteith, the eponymous show, was that I did a lot of restaurant scenes. And it's because, well, I didn't have a flat in London. I mostly lived in hotels, so consequently I would eat out a lot. So, you know, the fertile imagination I had at one time, I would use a lot of restaurant scenes. And one of the things that there again, not the insecurity of tipping, but the insecurity of trying to appear worldly and sophisticated to a woman that I'm taking out to dinner. And of course you get all kinds of obstacles. And one of them was a lot of restaurants had these big, heavy oaken doors. And the very first scene here that we do is I'm dealing with one of those doors. And the second part, well, you'll see. Why don't we check it out? There you go.
Yes, this restaurant is supposed to be excellent. The Inquisition. Wait a minute. Catholics really paid their dues.
Of course, once I got in the door, I was cool. Well, at least my foot was cool. Here, I'll get that. But a door didn't have to be heavy to frustrate me.
Now, if you're British, I could ask you this question: what's wrong with this picture? And you'll know. See, in America, we use paper bags, and at those times we used paper bags. But in Britain, they used what they call carrier bags, which eventually came over here, the plastic bags that we use get in the market, paper or plastic. But in those days, we didn't. And I used the paper bags because for the joke, basically, of falling out of the door and having everything come out of the bags. Interesting thing about that was, we shot that, one of the few times we shot in London, and we shot it at a real supermarket. And when I fell on the ground, people from all over the place came over to see if I was okay and to help me up and all that. And I said, no, it's fine, we're shooting. I don't know if that would happen in America or not. I'd like to think that it would, but who knows. Now this next scene, if you go to a movie in Britain, they usually start the film, or before they start the film, they'll show commercials. They don't have them on the BBC, but you go to a film and they have commercials before the movie. But they're not like commercials, they're like done like movies. A lot of famous directors came out of those commercials. Ridley Scott and I believe his late brother Tony were two examples. And one of the commercials running at that time, there was a young lady, a very pretty, very sophisticated looking. When she talked, she had this thick Cockney accent.
No, lemonade.
Camparian lemonade.
Yeah, nice colour, isn't it?
And her name was Lorraine Chase. And we were lucky to get her for this next scene. When I bring her back to my flat and I have a run-in with a very frustrating object that you just don't find too much anymore.
Those damn ice trays.
I'll have it open in a minute here.
Door!
That's good. One.
Oh, it's a nice place, isn't it?
Thank you.
How long you lived here then?
Oh, just a couple of years, give or take a few rent increases. Take your coat here.
Yeah, cheers.
Have a seat there. Here. Get you a little drink, maybe a little scotch, a little vodka, a little aphrodisiac.
Oh, aphrodisiac. Oh, that's that African drink, isn't it? What taste of almonds? Yeah, I'll have some of that, Tom.
Well, you know, it's weird, but I just ran out this morning. I'm
Oh, shame.
How about some scotch here, okay?
Yeah, all right, mustard,
Oh,
great. Got an ice?
Ice. Yeah, I got some ice here, I think. Ice. I'll have to get some out of the refrigerator. Just take me a second. Don't go away now. I'll be right back.
Do you go to that club often?
No, not too often, really.
Oi! Something wrong?
No, just... Let's get this ice tray out of here. I'll have it out in a minute, I think.
Here, what sign are you?
I'm a Sagittarius.
You know, I knew it.
Yeah?
I knew you were Sagittarius. The moment I clocked you, I only had one clue. Sagittarians are very individualistic. What made you wear one shoe?
Oh, it just kind of hit me when I walked in the door, you know?
Yeah, I knew you were Sagittarius because my mate Sam is Sagittarius. We get on like house on fire. Mind, I'm Pisces, and Pisces are very compatible with Sagittarius. My rising sign's Leo, but I'm a bit like Scorpio when I'm really mad. I used to knock around with a bloke. What's that awful noise?
What?
I said, what's that awful noise?
Mice!
What do you feed 'em on round here? Cheeseburgers?
Excuse me. I'll have this out in a minute.
Let me move over for you.
Here.
Oh, what's that?
Huh? Oh, that's my new automatic ice maker. That's, scotch with ice, right?
But blimey, what a weird place. Cheers.
Oh,
What
yeah.
you having?
Bloody Mary. You know, I was just kidding you a little while ago. I'm not really a Sagittarius. Actually, I'm a Libra.
Yeah, I know. I guessed it. I can always tell. Yeah? Librans love to pretend they're Sagittarius. I get on great with Librans.
Yeah?
Yeah, just great.
Oh, well, let's get comfortable then, huh?
You know, I was so glad when refrigerators finally came out with ice makers that I didn't have to go fighting with these ice trays to get them out because they get frozen in the freezer area. And a lot of people probably can relate to this if you think back a long time, but some of you younger people might not. At any rate, the next group of scenes, there again, the first couple of years when I was in London, it was very lonely. I didn't know anybody. And everybody I worked with would go off to their families, or they go home and do whatever they did. And I was usually, either my manager and I would kind of hang around or have dinner or whatever. But sometimes I would go, to a disco. I was never really good going to a disco or a bar and picking up a girl or pulling a bird, as they would say in London.
That's not dancing, that's ritualized foreplay. I guess that's what social dancing really is, just a way of talking with your body. Body language. Ever seen such naughty language? That was always my problem in discos. My body language has such a limited vocabulary. Now, my consonants were okay, but I always had trouble with my vowel movements. It seems that my hips have a speech impediment. I learned a lot in discos, though, mostly the hard way. I'll tell you, one of the first things I learned in a disco was you never dance with a girl with long hair. The next thing I learned was never dance with an exhibitionist. But the most telling lessons of all I learned was never, but never give a sexist compliment to a militant feminist. Excuse me, miss, I hope you don't take offense to this, but you got a sensational pair of boobs.
Really?
Yeah, I always seem to attract the wrong kind of a girl at a disco. I mean, even the quiet, shy, demure-looking girl would usually turn out to be the craziest dingling in the place. Of course, I wouldn't find that out till I got her home. Then I'd find myself in this kind of situation. Please, Carla. Please come in. I mean, why do you want to do this to me? I hardly even know you. We just met. Please don't jump. I'm new to this neighborhood. Now, please, just come in and we'll talk. Oh, please, Carla. Please, would you come in? We'll just talk about it. Please, if somebody sees you, they're going to call the... Oh, my God. Carla, come on in. Please. Why don't you go in the bathroom and slash your wrist like all the rest of them do? I mean, I can handle that. I know how to do with that. Please. Now, Carla, wait, come.
Don't jump, miss! We're sending a priest up!
I don't know this woman. She lives in the flat next door. I live alone. I'm a homosexual.
Now, I don't know how many guys have had situations like this, or even women have situations with guys like that, because there's crazy guys out there as well. But it's kind of illustrated some of the instances that I've had in my checkered past. At any rate, I hope you enjoy these clips. If so, please come back next Friday. We'll have some more clips from Kelly Monteith's BBC Memories. And in the meantime, as they say in Britain, ta-ta.
By the way, where are they all?
No, they'll be along. They'll be along. Believe me.
Excuse me, is this your shoe? We found it stuck in the door.